Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy, comedian Rob Coleman, coming at you with something a little different. We're going to try something a little different to promote an upcoming show that I have coming. I don't know if you can see my pretty face over here over my left shoulder, but over my right shoulder, this is a guest comedian that I have coming to Cleveland as a favor for me to show her talents to everybody in the Cleveland area. She is an amazing comedian that I met in the World Series of Comedy last year and had a chance to perform with a couple of times. And when I tell you this is a rising superstar in comedy, this is a rising superstar in comedy. And it was my pleasure and just my dream to kind of bring her to Cleveland so that I can introduce Cleveland to her and see if we can just spread the love. I want to bring her to the stage real quick, man. I want y'all to, I don't know if you are watching at home and could clap your hands or anything, but I want y'all to show some love, y'all, and start clapping your hands there where you're watching in the internet land for my girl Asia Chardonay, y'all. Give it up for her coming to the stage.
Okay. Hey, you gave me one of them Shannon Sharp introductions. That was
You know I try to do Shannon Sharp. I ain't
yeah.
get all your accolades, but I try. I
Oh,
try,
you
Asia.
did.
I
I was
try,
like,
Asia.
damn, I do. Okay, yeah. You said I'm a rising star. I'm a okay, yeah.
No, I
I
believe that though. I
I
honestly believe
appreciate
that.
that.
Every time I've seen you, you've absolutely murdered, and
Thank you.
every time I see you, your accolades are just growing. People speak the word. I was just in Indianapolis a couple of weeks ago,
Hmm.
and people like talk about you like a lot. So I just feel like
Really?
you're on your way.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So why don't you introduce the crowd to you? Let people know who you are, your background, and what got you into comedy.
My name is Asia Chardonnay, aka All This Body. You see it. Okay, all right, okay, Fred. What got me into comedy? What was the question? I ain't gonna hold you. I'm nervous as hell.
Ah.
I'm about to tell you a couple things. I'm nervous as
Mhm.
hell. These things make me nervous. I have not eaten all day. I'm supposed to be on like a fast diet, so I'm delirious right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You
yeah.
get hangry.
Hangry? What, man? What's the trend going on? I'm so hungry, I'd eat a comedian. Yeah. Shit, I'm hungry as hell.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But
Um.
mhm.
So you said what got me interested in comedy? What was that?
Yeah, yeah. Why'd you start doing comedy? This is a hard thing for most people to consider doing as a career. So what made you
Mm.
pick up the microphone and say, "I'm going to do this for a living"?
I always wanted to do comedy. Literally since I was 14, I knew I wanted to be a comedian. Like I have
Wow.
a like different assignments that they have you do in school. Like I kept it. I still have it. And I was in eighth grade, 14. And I just want to clarify, I was 14. My birthday came late. I was never held back. I was a big because I was a big kid. So a lot of people misconstrue that as, oh yeah, she was definitely held back. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Mm-mm. But so in school, I had in eighth grade we had an assignment, and it was to make like a magazine, and it was saying where you expect to be in 10 years.
Hmm.
Uh, so at 24, I was saying that I was going to be going to pursue my my career in law school because my mama always said you got to have a plan B, and
Hmm.
after that, be a comedian. And so that was my dream, and I'm gonna have to find. I know I still have it, but I'll have to find that and like post that on like because yeah, it was definitely eighth grade for show is when I knew I wanted
Really?
to be a comedian. Yes, but
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
do comedy. I didn't do anything with comedy until like formally with comedy until 2011 when I was 20, 20 going on 21,
Okay.
21 going on 22, something like that.
So you've been doing comedy, what is that, 14 years then?
14 years, 14.
Awesome. All
Yes,
right. All
my
right.
comedy career is a teenager. Just a teenager, and it makes sense. 14 years, 14-year-olds, they don't do shit. They just eat up everything. They ain't making no money, ain't making no noise. So that's what my comedy career is right now. It ain't making no noise yet.
Yeah.
It ain't no making no noise yet. But yeah.
But one of the things that I was impressed with when I first met you was that you had made it to the finals of World Series of Comedy. And for anybody who don't know what World Series of Comedy is, it's a national comedy competition that takes place over like 9 months, right?
Mhm.
And they do satellites in all of these different cities where 30, 40 comics go to that city to compete, and the top three earn points to go to the World Series in September.
Mhm.
And throughout the year, as you compete in satellites, your stock raises, based on how many points you earn, based on how well you do in the satellites. So we get to the satellite last, or we get to the finals
And
last
based
year.
on how well your submission video is, because I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, your submission
Yeah.
video makes a big difference. So if you're a beginning
Mhm.
comic out there, think of World Series of Comedy almost like a comedy boot camp, because you are literally
Mhm.
learning how to do comedy as you compete in this competition. And when we got to the finals, I made it. I had advanced, but I didn't think I would. You hear all
Mhm.
these rumors, oh, they want white people or they want Jewish people, whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to make it to the finals. So let me make my plane arrangements now.
That's crazy.
Right? So when Friday came and I ended up making it to the finals, I was already booked to leave. So I
Mm.
had to catch my flight or lose a ton of money. So I didn't get a chance to compete. I didn't realize you had a similar story, right? Like you made it
Yeah.
to the finals as well, but didn't compete. Why don't you tell us what happened with you?
So I'll be honest. I have this. That will be my second time, or maybe my third time, like applying for the World Series of Comedy. Third
Hmm.
time that I know. Like the first time I ever did it, I did not understand it at all. I did not
Right.
understand the concept. I did not have any understanding. So when I sent my submission video, my submission video was terrible. They gave me very harsh notes about my submission video. Um, and I only made it to the main event. Like some people make it to the main event like as the 101, and then you can also just go to the
Yeah, you
main
get on the
event. Yeah,
midnight shows. Yeah,
right, right. And so
yeah.
I was on one of those like midnight shows, but it was in Indiana. So like this one it wasn't in Vegas, so it was cool.
Hmm.
I didn't have to go far. And then 2023, I did it again.
Hmm.
But again, I didn't. So anyway, to answer your question, the main event last year. Last year I did the main event because I made it to the 101.
Hmm.
I did the one satellite in Detroit that year in April, and I made it. I did not advance,
Hmm.
but I guess it got me enough points to make it to the 101. I had a show that I had already um, confirmed that following day, the day of the finals. And I didn't think I would
Wow.
make it past, you know what I'm saying? Kind of in the same story with you, hearing all these different things. I didn't think I would make it. And, they've never had a female even really make it
Yeah,
that far. So they've
yeah,
never even had a female win.
yeah,
They've never even
yeah.
had a female win. So
And what are they in, like year 20 or something like that now? It's like they've done
this
this a lot of years.
14 or 15, a significant amount.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's going on 20. I don't know, but yeah, when I looked through the list of winners, I was like, yeah, we need some estrogen on this list. There's too much testosterone.
Yeah, there's never been a woman, and I think there's only one black person that's made it, and
Yeah, yeah.
that
Kenny
was
Mock, a good friend of mine out of Columbus, actually won in 23, I believe.
what's his
So
name?
Kenny Mock.
Oh, so then there's been two black people, then Kenny Mock and then Tricks,
Oh
right?
yeah, I forgot about Tricks. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tricks. I had the chance to meet him last year. Funny brother, man.
yeah, he's
Yeah, you guys go look up Tricks as well, man. Very funny dude. Uh-oh.
okay. All right,
All right.
can you hear me?
I got you back.
I can't hear you though. Damn.
You can't hear
Okay,
me?
wait a minute.
Testing, testings,
Everything. I got the video back.
and testings, and testings, and testings.
Got you. Okay, we back. We back.
All right. But yeah, like I said, I think we was talking about the two black people that won, Tricks and Kenny
Hmm.
Mock, and very funny brother. I
Hmm.
had a chance to meet him last year as well. But like I said, World Series of Comedy is just a great place to just learn how to do comedy. But it's very
Yeah.
impressive that you have made it that far. And I was like, oh well, I got to keep my eye on her.
Ooh.
And sure enough, earlier this year, we got a chance to work together in Akron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for Mario Tori was our
Yeah.
headliner
Yep.
for that
He's
event.
hilarious.
Oh my
Ah.
God.
Now
Dude,
you
I am
talking
such a
about
big fan now.
what? Me too. Like I have been
Yeah,
hearing his name, and I have been seeing him around like on flyers and so forth. But that's my first
yeah,
time working with him and seeing him perform. Oh, he's hilarious.
yeah.
Love it.
When
Yeah.
I when I tell you that as the host of that show, you made it so hard
Yeah.
for the rest of the comics on that show. You were
Oh,
killing with your host set.
well, thank you.
I'm
I
getting ready to
mean,
come on stage. I'm like, Dang, that crowd is dying. What am I gonna do?
Rob, you hyping me up like you not funny. Like you hilarious. Like what?
I mean, I have to work on it. You have this natural stage presence and ability to relate that I just love. I need to like work on that myself. I'm
Well,
very
thank you.
scripted. I do work hard on my jokes, but
Hmm.
man, you have a connection, a crowd connection, man. That's just natural. You're like a savant with this.
Thank you, man. Rob, ain't you married? Chill, chill. Take it easy.
No,
This
I
is
just, I
cheating.
just,
What you
game.
just did is cheating. Okay.
Yeah. Game recognized game, man. That's the whole reason I want you to come to Cleveland, man. I was like, people need to see her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I can't wait until you come. And that's the whole reason I reached out to you. Um, so after that show, I just really started following you more. And I just was like, I gotta bring her here before she's gonna be priced out. In a minute, I ain't gonna be able to afford her.
Period.
So, who was your friend like when you started doing comedy? Did you have friends kind of pushing you like, Asia, you funny girl? Like every time we
Yeah.
go out, you having us dying.
Yeah. So I heard it like my whole life, like in school, like I was funny. That same year, eighth grade year, you know how you get your yearbook, you can vote funniest or prettiest, pretty best dressed and stuff like that. I was voted funniest
Yeah.
that year. So literally heard it my whole life. Um, But I did have at the time I had a best friend. He was
Hmm.
pursuing comedy, and he was telling me to just go to an open mic. And I went to my he took me to my first open mic in 2011.
Okay.
Yep, it was here in Indianapolis at the. It was with I don't know if you know Dwayne Cobb out here. He had the Laugh Out Lounge. He
Okay.
had an open mic, and I did my first open mic there. In fact, I believe it was with Dwayne Cobb, but I know it was out west, and it was a contest that
Hmm.
year, and it was a comedy contest, and I won. My first
Nice.
time ever doing comedy, I won a contest. I didn't have any jokes written out. I just had like ideas that I wanted to
Yeah.
talk about, and
Yeah.
I did that, and I did well. And it was a roast battle at the end of
Hey,
the.
dude, hey, there's no way I'm messing with you in a roast battle. I care too much about my self-esteem.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Roast battles are fun, but like I like it depends on like what's the set like what type of roast battle because you got the type of like roast like Comedy Central roast like those are cool, but like
Yeah.
I want to talk about stuff that like there's some that are really good, and then
Hmm.
there's others that nah I really want to hurt your feelings. Like I want you to like everything that I say is funny but also factual. You know.
Yeah. We got a roast battle league here in Cleveland. I'll send you the links for it. They're
Okay.
always looking for new comedians. So if you can come in one weekend, when they have an opening, come and destroy some of these people. And
Period.
yeah, our roast
Period.
battle league just got connected with Comedy Central's roast battle. So the guy who won our league this year is actually going to compete in New York.
Oh wow.
Against comedians from all over the United States. So yeah, it's a Cleveland is on the come up, man. People are starting to recognize we got some talent here.
Yeah, I don't think Cleveland has ever been off the map, have it?
I felt like for like the last decade,
Really?
I don't feel like anybody major has come out of Cleveland. There's really only two comedy clubs here,
Hmm.
as far as like major comedy clubs. People be dogging us. I don't know if you saw Ari Spears thing about Cleveland. I
No.
hate coming
What?
to Cleveland. Cleveland is the dog ass of like he whatever. He was just saying all of that Ari Spears garbage that he says. Even Tony Baker kind of roasted our Funny Bone a little bit. He talked about
Why?
how bad our he was like Cleveland Funny Bone has the worst bathroom. and
That's
he wasn't
hilarious.
wrong. Like our bathroom was like horrible. It hadn't been updated in years, but they've listened and they've done a lot of updates. So
Oh, good.
yeah, Cleveland Funny Bone is on point now. But because of guys like that, you know, like talking about Cleveland and stuff like that, I feel like okay, we need to represent. We need to come back and like kind of show that we do
Hmm.
have some good clubs and that we do have some good comedians. So
Hmm.
yeah, I just been trying to make connections and represent for the comedy culture.
Period. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. So, did you have like an inspiration when you started? Like if you started in 20 or like 11, 12 years ago, were you into like Monique or some more, or did you have like different inspirations?
I would say definitely different inspirations. I mean, they were inspiring just because they're women in comedy, of course. Like that's
Uh-huh.
just a major thing in general. But my favorite comedian is Bernie Mac. He's my all-time
Oh,
favorite.
can't go wrong.
I love, yeah, Bernie Mac
Yeah.
is a classic. I love Lavelle Crawford. I feel like he don't get the respect that he deserves
Yeah, very
because
underrated.
he's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
of course, you got your Cat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Cat
Can't
Williams.
you not mention me?
I love me some Cat, man.
Yeah. You ever
I
met him?
love never,
Yeah.
never. And it's so crazy because I know a lot of people who like worked with him and
Hmm.
stuff, but I've never met him. I'm not yet, at
Who's some of the
least.
biggest people that you've run into, or you who you bet were starstruck by that you met?
Uh, Starstruck by like comedians or just people in general.
Yeah, you know what, both. Yeah, because I know
Uh,
you've been traveling a little bit.
Dang, that's a good question. Dang.
Cause you did Chocolate Sundays, right?
I did do chocolate Sundays, yes.
Yeah. Who did you meet at Chocolate Sundays? Was there like any
Oh,
major?
Nate Jackson. He closed it out. Nate Jackson was there, but I met Nate Jackson. His
Hmm.
cousin Nate Robinson is from Indianapolis, and they're like really they're like for real cousins.
Hmm.
And so I met him a few times through him. But he was there. Ryan Davis was there. I got to meet Ryan
Oh, very
Davis.
cool.
He's really
Yeah.
nice.
Ryan Davis on
Um,
fire right now.
he's cold, and he's really I like his writing style. Like we are totally different comedians, but
Yeah.
he has a very I like his style.
Yeah.
Very chill, very I like it. I
I thought
like
he
it.
was a clean comic. Then I heard some of his set and was like, oh.
Oh yeah, no, far from clean, far from clean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, just did a show with Chico Bean. Got to meet Chico Bean.
Oh, very cool. All right.
Yes. He was really nice. Dropped a lot of gems. He
Yeah.
was really dope. Let me see. Ti. I got to meet Ti.
Ah,
That
you
was at
heard?
yeah.
Okay.
That was at the Comedy Store. Met
Very
him.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Donnell Rawlings when I first got to LA.
Oh,
Donnell
Ashley
Rawlings.
Larry, let's go.
Ashley Larry. Yep. Uh, it's a lot. It's a lot of people that. Say starstruck though. You said specifically starstruck.
Oh, 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 so you just meeting people like, okay, all right.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. But like, the people who I would be starstruck by would not be like typical people that people would. You know what I'm saying?
I see. I see.
R.I.P. But like Alex Trebek, I would be starstruck by Alex Trebek.
Ah, I
My
get it.
favorite show
Okay.
is Jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would be starstruck by him. Something
Yeah.
like that.
No, I get it. I get it. That's really cool, man. I think the first major star of comedy that I actually met was Dolomite.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, and it was just off of his niece was like the cousin of the owner of this bar that we would do open mics at called a Robin's Nest. And as a favor, they brung him in to close out a show that we were doing. So literally, this is like 2003, 2004, maybe. I just had really started doing comedy. And he closed out a show that I was on and told me that he absolutely hated my jokes. So
Damn.
I was at the time.
Damn.
This was at the time R. Kelly. I got in trouble for peeing on
Uh-huh.
women. So I had did a crass joke about peeing on women, and he didn't really like it. But it was self detrimental because I was like I was doing R. Kelly jokes, and the women were kind of like not rocking with it, and I was like, well,
Mhm.
maybe women like getting peed on, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And when I tried it, I woke up in the hospital a week later. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like
Yeah.
self-detrimental, but all he heard was, "Oh, this dude be peeing on people."
I got you.
So he, told me he ain't like the joke. So,
Damn,
but
he told you. That's I don't know. That's great. That's bold as hell. Like,
but you know what? This is signifying monkey dude. They used to talk about, way down in the jungle deep,
yeah, right.
and all the movies you did with that crash shit, So I didn't take it as anything other than, he acknowledging at least I did something that made him, his eyebrows go up.
Right.
I better to be noticed for something than not to be noticed for anything. And
Okay.
then the next biggest name I worked with was Paul Mooney. I got a call to
Oh,
host at the Improv for Paul Mooney one time, and
now
that was
that's
a
dope,
dream come
dope,
true.
right there.
Yeah, that was a dream come true too because he taught me a lot about just the respect for the OGs in comedy. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because I didn't know. Just a real quick story. When I was hosting for him, I would stand on stage and wait for him to come and get the microphone. Because when I initially was taught, it was like you don't clear the stage, you wait for the person to come up so that you can give them the mic. Not
Mm-hmm.
what a guy from his era. A guy from his era, you stand on the side of the stage and let him have the stage. You don't He don't share the stage with nobody.
Mm.
So when I learned that lesson, I got off the stage the next night and let him come to the stage, and he kind of gave me a little nod, like that's how you do it, young fella. you know.
Mm-hmm. Period.
So and I always remember that. I always remember that I was able to kind of earn his respect a little bit that night.
Period. Now, do
So
you still
yeah,
do that?
huh?
Do you still do that?
For like the big OGs, like if like
Gotcha.
one time I hosted for Cedric the Entertainer,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I am not, when I said his name, coming to the stage, Cedric the Entertainer, I immediately went to the stairs and was like, this is your stage, bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, it's you know when you need to do it.
Right, 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 right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, comedy is going to take you a lot of different places, man. I'm really excited to see where it's taking you. What else do you have coming up? Like, is there anything cool you got coming up gig wise?
You know, I do, but I'm currently in a court proceeding. I got a pending case. Should I say? Okay,
Ah,
yes.
okay.
No,
Well,
I'm
no, no,
not.
I don't
I'm
want to get
playing.
in no
I mean, I'm
legal
not
trouble.
playing, but I'm not playing. But no, I do have some shows coming up, and they're paying me based on in offerings. So
Okay.
I got fired from my job, and I don't want them hating on your girl. But
Ah, I feel you.
but
Okay.
anyway, but no, I do have some shows coming up. I'm actually going to be in Kansas City this week. Is it this week?
Yeah.
The 18th?
Uh-huh.
Yes. If this weekend is the
18th
18th.
is next weekend, I think.
Next weekend, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since I've been fired, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with my day. Um, so I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri, featuring for Stephen Ho. Um, that's Stephen Ho. He's the Tips from the ER, Asian guy, real cool guy. I
Oh
met him in
yeah, yeah. I know
yeah.
who that is.
I
Yeah.
met him in LA. And then the following week we'll be in Omaha, Nebraska. I'll be opening up for him again there. And then
How are you getting to Omaha, Nebraska?
I'm actually going to catch a bus from Kansas City to Omaha
Okay.
because believe it or not, Kansas City and Omaha are only like 2.5 hours away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comedians, I want you to listen to this because this is something that can be a shock to your system. You have to travel to
Yes.
get to these comedy shows.
Yes.
Get a good car, make sure you got that little star on your driver's license so you can fly, learn all the
Mm-hmm.
routes for Greyhound, Megabus,
Yes, it's a
and
grind until you get to that level. Like it's a
yeah,
grind. Absolutely.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
You
I
gotta
have to turn down
use your
gigs.
resources. Luckily, I got a best friend that lives in Kansas City, so I'll be staying there. And then
Yeah,
from there, I'm gonna stay there until the following weekend, to go
yeah.
to Nebraska, and then I'll have my hotel from Nebraska or whatever.
Yeah, young comedians, listen well, because you think you got 5 minutes of jokes and you about to be on the road.
So,
Nah,
you'll be on
man.
the road, yeah. Be on the road,
Yeah,
sitting in your
yeah,
car,
exactly,
and
exactly.
yeah.
Do you have any horror stories, road stories about getting to a gig and it didn't go the way you thought it was gonna go?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I don't know if you know, but I used to live the van life.
Okay.
Still have the mansion, in the
Uh-huh.
process of renovating the
Call it a
mansion.
mansion.
Yes, in the process of renovating the mansion.
Uh-huh.
But so that was my house, for several years, especially when I lived in LA.
Okay.
Um, so there were times like driving to I'll say this, when I drove from yes, you know what, damn right. When I was driving from LA back to Indiana when I was coming back home in 2023, I had curated a mini road trip of shows. And so
Okay.
I stopped in like different cities. And when I made it to Phoenix, I had a show right outside of Phoenix in Glendale at the Stir Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the night before I got to the show, uh, it was like about to be a shootout in Walmart. And I was caught up in the crowd. it had nothing to do with the club,
Really?
but it just that whole day. And
Yeah.
then after that, that same night, of course, I'm in the Vanton, parked at a parking lot, parked at like a gym.
Hmm.
Never been a problem. Somebody tried to break in my Vanton.
What? Really?
Phoenix, Phoenix with
While
a
you were in
bad
it?
taste. Yes, yes,
Like, nigga, I'm trying to sleep.
for real. And Phoenix is like, yeah, Phoenix kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. I'll have to see how.
Yeah.
I have to go back and make, the shows in Glendale at the Sir Crazy Club were cool. Those actually went well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Phoenix was a little. That's the craziest thing. I've never had any issues with like comedians or anything like that. I've never had any situations with any clubs where,
Hmm.
um, at least not that I can think of. Like there maybe like minor things where there's been like
Yeah.
a misunderstanding with like maybe my guests, but other than that, like
No real
I've never
bad
really.
hecklers. Like, I
Oh,
one comedian went viral last year because a guy threw a bottle at her on stage. You
mm-mm.
know.
No, it's never gotten that crazy.
Yeah.
Um, the most somebody like the club made people leave, and I ain't gonna hold you. I think that's what kept me. Well, yeah, yeah. The club made people leave, but I've
Yeah.
never had not bad heckler situations. I wish somebody would throw something at me. I don't think I get that vibe to where somebody would want to throw something at me, but you know what I'm saying.
Have you ever been
But
to Cleveland before?
yes, I was in Cleveland in was it like December, I believe.
Okay.
I did a Don't Tell Cleveland,
Oh,
and
very
then
cool. Yeah.
and then I did what's it called, the Secret Society?
Secret Society. Yeah.
Yeah, I did those two. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, man. So yeah. So you familiar with the city a little bit, then? You know.
that was my first time there. I was there one day. I won't say familiar. I would say I drove through. I rode by.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
Came
take you
through.
on a tour of potholes.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
these
Sounds good. Sounds
yeah,
good.
these potholes is like, how Nevada got the Grand Canyon.
Hmm.
Well, we got the Grand Canyon of potholes. We got
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah,
I don't know if y'all can top Indianapolis because Indianapolis off the chain. We don't even, yeah, they don't even fill our shit with, for real, not anything. I don't know what they fill
I
y'all's with.
I was surprised how crazy it is driving some areas in Indiana because y'all freeway was designed by Mad Max or something because there's lanes that merge with no warning. Right? There's no
Oh yeah,
sign to say merge or anything. It's just two
yeah,
lanes just and you just have to, "Ah, I'm getting this lane," right? Like
yeah.
fight for it.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah, you
see,
hear the
Indiana is not so bad compared to like when I lived in LA. Oh, they
mhm,
ruthless. Oh,
yeah,
they the worst. They the
yeah.
worst. Worst drivers ever.
What
And
part
I
what part of
stand
LA?
on it. Huh?
What part of LA?
I told you I lived in the van. Any part of LA. Shit,
Oh,
all the parts. All the parts of LA. Shit.
Southern, Northern,
Which one you want? Shit.
San Fran, San Diego, wherever, wherever the van went. That's hilarious. Well, real quick then, just last thing then, advice for comedians trying to get into the game because you, I guess, what I would consider a veteran, right? Over a decade in. What advice
Hell
would
no.
you give a
Wait a
young
minute.
comedian?
Wait. I wouldn't say veteran. I'll say I just first of all, I don't know if you use Chat GPT. I love Chat GPT.
Okay.
I call Chat GPT Charles. Charles, I talk to Charles every day. Matter of fact, I damn near ask Charles what I should say when you in response to you. Yeah, I ask Charles. I talk to Charles every day, and Charles, based on my level and how long I've been doing it, and but where I still am, I would be considered mid level.
Oh,
Mid
okay,
level. It's not entry level. We're not
okay.
expert, advanced. We mid level.
All
I think that's a very fair assessment. Very fair assessment.
right, all right. That's what's up, Charles.
But what
Charles
advice would
ain't
I
too
have
bad.
for an entry level
Uh-huh.
comedian?
Yeah,
Um, I will say, get a set. Get everybody talks about a 5 minute set. That's cool. Start with a 3 to 5 minute set and just work from there. Just so you could have the goal of I created a set. But
yeah.
I would say shoot for a solid 12 minute. You got 12 minutes solid stuff that you know works in every room, because that's a big thing. It needs to work in every room, not just a black
Yeah.
room, not just a white room, not just Hispanics. Because that was something I learned. I had never done a Hispanic crowd. I done
Mm.
a majority Hispanic crowd back in November when I opened up for RIP Ken Flores,
Hmm.
and that was a teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? It went the set went well, but I had to really pivot a lot of my jokes to make them apply for. But if you got a solid set, you can kind of tweak it to go with any type of crowd. So
Yeah.
my biggest advice is get a solid set, know it like the back of your hand, like the back of this ashy hand that I had. Know it like the back of the hand.
No, you
Like,
lotioned up before the show. I
okay,
can
yeah,
testify.
yeah, yeah. They don't know that. My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, you're right. Uh, know it like the back of like your hand, like singing like a song. Like you need to be like, so you know the ad libs of it and everything. So then that way, because sometimes I notice that people, we in an era that it was an argument about this online, because
Hmm.
you mentioned Chocolate Sundays, and Lonnie, who is the booker for Chocolate Sundays, and who runs Chocolate Sundays ultimately, or one of the people who helped run Chocolate Sundays, um, she made a post about crowd work, and you know people have this hate about crowd work. People don't like
Yeah.
crowd work, so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Um, this is where we are now. It's crowd work. This it's the catchiest. It's easy. People like it. People's relatable. Like it's the thing now. So if you don't like it, you're gonna have to damn near adapt and start to like it. And the reason I say learn your jokes is because when you in the middle of your set and if somebody says something based on what you said, you want to be able to pick
Yeah.
up exactly where you left off. You
Right.
want to be able to apply whatever, because I got a joke that I do. I know it like the back of my hand. I can apply it towards you, somebody who I've never met before, but based on how you look or how you sound or what your name is or what job you do, I
Yeah.
can and input it into this joke because I know this joke so well. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great piece of advice
Yeah,
because
and
it's a high wire act up there, and if you get off track with your jokes, the crowd knows it
yeah,
immediately. What was I gonna say? What was next? What else? What else?
yeah. When
We
you do
see it
stuff
all the
like
time.
that,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now, if you
Yeah.
mess up on a word or you put the punchline, they don't know stuff like that. But like if you start slowing down and yeah, what was I going to say next? Y'all like, okay, what's
Yeah.
next? You doing all that fidgeting? Yes, they absolutely know it. But
Yeah.
or yes, when somebody just says anything out the way and it throws you off just a little bit, and now you can't pick back where you were just at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or nothing flows, or now you done responded to what they said, and now you can't even remember where you were in your joke.
Yeah.
Just all these different
Exactly.
things. That would be one advice. So
Yeah.
learn your set, get a set, learn the set. Um, be nice to people. People, don't be an asshole. Like just
Yeah.
you ain't gotta be overly nice or you know what I'm saying. Just be cordial. Speak to everybody when you're in a room. Say hello. Say
Yeah.
this, that. Introduce yourself. If it's wait staff, it's a club or wherever. Tip the people who are there.
Yeah.
Tip the servers, because they talk. The staff, you got to think about it. The staff work with these people work with the bookers and the GMs every single day.
Yeah.
They are a little community. So you
Yeah.
piss one off, that's easy for your name to be circulating. And
Yeah.
and I'll be honest, I'm a big black girl. I stand out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you remember that one girl? Oh, I can't remember her name. The big black girl. She does the joke about the da 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 da. Instantly, oh yeah, she didn't tip, or oh she was an asshole, or she did this, or she, you know what I'm saying? That's
Wow. Right.
I don't
Right.
want to. So
Or she stopped me from breaking in her van.
yeah, yeah. Or no, she pulled me in.
That's great advice, man. Listen, I can't wait to have you here in August. If you guys, I wanted to do this video because I really wanted people to see what I see. If you Google her or Bing, all her videos come up immediately. You can see, some of her act. You can see where she's been and her accolades. You know what I mean? So this is not, some nobody that I'm bringing to town. This is a very, very good comedian that I'm bringing to Cleveland. If you guys want tickets, I have the event is posted on Facebook. You go to the event and express interest there, or here's the flyer. Give one of us a call. You can call me, Craig, or JJ Johnson, who was our other feature on the show. I probably should have pulled him into the interview, but some other stuff is going on with him. But we'll probably do one with him
Question.
later. So go ahead, babe.
the raffles and the prizes. Can I enter into shit? I want to win a prize. Yeah, I'm like, damn, I didn't see this. I didn't see that. I didn't read that part on the fly.
You saw that immediately, huh?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is an
Okay.
event we're doing as part of a weekend that my class, I went to John Hay High School, and we
Hmm.
do like a community sort of event for a weekend every year around this time, around the same time, first week in August, that
Hmm.
culminates with a picnic on Sunday where literally people from all the different neighborhoods that went to John Hay come to the picnic, and we just have fun and eat, and nobody fights or anything. And it's been like great like every year. And this year we wanted to try comedy because both
Oh,
me and
okay.
JJ are alumni, and they was like, Rob, who you want to bring to town? And like literally, because I talked to you about bringing you for something before and it
Yeah.
fell out, but I was like, you know what, this is maybe even a better opportunity for me to bring her. So this is where I
Thank
wanted
you,
to bring you,
Rob.
man. And I want you, I want to represent for you, man. I I can't even tell you how much respect and admiration I have for you. So
I really
um
appreciate it. And
yeah.
for everybody watching, like I said, being kind, being nice. Because one thing, the first day I met you, first of all, it wasn't a lot of black people at the World Series of Comedy,
Facts.
And
Facts.
but when we met each other, we instantly we
Yeah,
became a little
yeah,
community real quick.
yeah,
Rob was
exactly.
so kind and so nice, and just stuff like that goes a long way. Because yes, it's one thing to be funny, but to be funny and kind, yeah.
I
Let
appreciate
now
that.
let me stop. Let me stop with my singing song because this
Girl,
cheating, right?
I know, right? Girl, I can't wait to rock out with you August 2nd, man. Get your tickets
Dang.
now. This has been Asia Chardonay. And any final things you want to shout out? Your title on all of your social media is all this body.
All this body, please. ALLDIS. It's a little dash of D that I get sometimes. DISBODY. Please follow me. That's all this body on everything. Instagram, Twitter. You can find it on Facebook, TikTok, Cash App, Venmo. I got them all. I
I
got
heard
them
somebody say Cash App is my favorite dating app. I love that.
on everything. I do have merch on deck. Visit my website, allthisbody.com. That you'll be able to, if you want to book me, you can see some of my videos. You can see some of my tour dates or show dates, anything. So yeah, follow me, All This Body. I enjoyed this. I told you I was nervous earlier. You made me feel so comfortable. I ain't gonna lie.
I just want people to see what I see, man. You're a future
Thank you.
superstar, and you're on your way. So if you guys need anything else, man, this has been your boy Rob Coleman, man. Reach out to me on social media. I can give you our links and everything as well. But make sure to get your ticket for August 2nd for our comedy show that's going to feature me, Rob Coleman, JJ Johnson, and our guest for the night, Asia Chardonnay. So
Hey.
appreciate you, babe.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
Appreciate you.
right.